Okay, so when it comes to Bernie Sanders, here's the thing that bugs me to no end. So there is the biggest double standard ever. So anytime any candidate talks about their policies, anytime a Republican talks about how they want to go to war and spend trillions of dollars doing that, they want to go to war with Iran. They don't directly say it, but you know what they mean. They want to spend all this money. They want, to invade Syria. They want to ramp up that war. Nobody asks the question, how are you going to pay for that? But when it comes to Bernie Sanders and when he actually wants to help people, he wants to give us, universal health care and whatnot, the question always comes up, well, how are you going to pay for that? Well, that's a double standard. You can ask that question, but be consistent in your application of that question. Don't just ask it to Bernie Sanders. And it pisses me off that you ask that question to someone who wants to help us. Why is that question never posed to policies that harm us? Why doesn't anybody ask the Republicans how you're going to pay for all these tax cuts to billionaires? How you're going to pay for corporate subsidies? How you're going to pay for subsidies to the oil and gas industry? Why is it that Bernie Sanders is the only one being asked this question? And furthermore, these aren't free programs. They are funded by my tax dollars. So if you want to call it an entitlement plan, I disagree with that because I think that healthcare should be a right. But fine. Yeah, I am entitled to actually have my tax dollars go to good use. Right now, my tax dollars are helping rich people get subsidies and whatnot. So you know what? Don't tell me about that. That's just bullshit. Okay, so furthermore, the questions that Chris Cuomo asked, look, he constantly pushed back against Bernie Sanders. Well, are you going to bring back the biggest government ever? What kind of a question is that? Are you going to bring back the biggest government ever? What does that even mean? That's a scare tactic. It's like, ooh, socialism. No, I'm so scared of that. Big government is just an empty thing that Republicans like to do to scare you so that way they can try to insinuate something like, oh, well, the government's going to get so big that they're going to take away your rights. They're going to take away your house, take away your ownership rights and whatnot. Get out of here, okay? Big government, my ass. Do you want to know what's big government? Spending billions and billions and billions, over $500 billion per year on our military. We can cut that in half and still be number one in the world in terms of military spending. You want to know what's big government? Corporate subsidies. You want to know what's big government? The bailout for Wall Street.